Hello, everybody, and welcome to the VGWA. I'm Cobretti.
And I'm Wally.
And come join us today as we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of AEW Fight Forever. News was made at the AEW Revolution Media Scrum when Tony Khan stated that Fight Forever is finished, and in the very Tony Khan way, did not give the release date.
Well, you know, Tony Khan doesn't want to step on any toes.
But Best Buy, they'll step on some toes March 31st. We hope. Breaking news. The toes that Tony Khan didn't want to step on ended up being GCW's toes. I personally don't like it when shows give opinions outside their subject matter, so I'm going to keep this quick. I think the ability to trademark short phrases like this is utterly ridiculous. Like having to refer to a certain football game as the big game. And only one place is allowed to have a competition with the word madness in it. I'm all for companies protecting their intellectual property, but this is just taking it too far. The CCC, the Cobretti Cynic Corporation, is filing for trademarks for Oh My God, and is seeking damages of $1 billion. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. He made sure to remind us that this is an award-winning game. It won the 2022 Gamescom Best Sports Game Award for its, drumroll please, beta build.
You know, based on the competition at Gamescom 2022, I can see why AEW won.
Just remember that once upon a time, Paps was a blue ribbon winner. Let's jump in with the most recent game footage from IGN FanFest. I do have to tell you, this gameplay footage has me a little bit more worried than excited for this game. Positives of this recent trailer include hearing Jim Ross announcing, "You can never get enough of good old JR." The animation looks very fluid in this trailer as well, especially since it was stated that no mocap was used. Perhaps the uncanny valley extends past visuals and also into movement.
IGN also mentioned while at Gamescom that there were issues still plaguing the game with hit detection and combos.
But this is why you should be worried about the trailer. Look at the moments of collision or impact. Did you notice that the more complicated sequences were moved over to live video footage? The most egregious example would be whenever Adam Page is running across the ring to dive through the ropes to hit Bryan Danielson, who is outside. Bryan Danielson is standing absolutely still like a deer in headlights during this whole sequence. And once we get to the moment of impact, bam, switches over to the live footage.
You know, as a vegan, Bryan Danielson is like a tree. And remember, no trees were harmed in this video. One good thing about the Adam Page, Bryan Danielson clip is that it does show you the wide variety of moves that are also mimicked from the live action. That is one plus that you could give this video. On the downside, JR was dubbed.
Since we were talking about the lack of mocap, this information came from the Swerve City podcast interview with Kenny Omega. And if the IGN FanFest footage got you worried, this interview should get you extremely worried or extremely excited. It can go either way, but there is absolutely no in between. Let's jump right into the most controversial part of this interview, the ESRB rating aspect of this game, where the violent content had to be toned down to reach a teen rating.
You know, I truly think nobody cares about these ratings anyways.
Given the massive investment of video game development, this is understandable. With a teen rating, you can reach a much wider audience. So, what happens when your creative director gets quoted saying, "You can make the ring look like a murder scene," and I freaking loved it. As somebody who's pretty anti-establishment himself, I appreciate this comment, but I do realize that there are some times that you need to tote the company line, and this may have been one of them.
It's not the worst thing that he said. It's not like he said the game was going to be outdated once the game is released.
During this interview, Kenny Omega also touches on things that could be seen in the PS4, PS5 preview. And don't forget about the weapons. All the weapons. Maybe what we should be talking about is scope creep. All the scope creep.
I'm concerned as well, Cobretti. I'm concerned that they're focusing more on the niche-type mini-games than the actual wrestling progression.
Skateboard drop kicks, a home run derby, thumbtacks, different weapon physics, and also different environmental physics.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You forgot about Dance Dance Revolution minigame in it? You forgot about Mario Party's baseball and the casino match.
If this all works out, great, but at the end of the day, we're buying a wrestling game. So the wrestling better be damn good.
That's right, we just want a wrestling game. So if they are saying it's like No Mercy, then bring it on. Let's play that game in 2023.
From the PS4, PS5 preview, I'm not overly thrilled with the facial animations.
I just hope all their faces don't come apart when you're playing the game. That was pretty scary in the 2K series.
And the jury is still out for the overbuffed comic book character wrestlers.
But the overbuffed cartoon characters of WWF in the 80s were so awesome.
Some wrestlers it works for, but for wrestlers like Chris Jericho, it's a little over the top. With this more comic book character cartoony style, hopefully mid-card wrestlers get shown the same amount of love as the main event wrestlers. You can definitely tell in the WWE 2K games, the wrestlers the company actually really cares about. I like main event talent just as much as everybody else, but my true love in wrestling comes from the mid-card talent, the young up-and-comers.
One of our favorite mid-card characters is Ahmed Johnson, Hall of Fame 2024.
We've seen periodic video game development updates and spotlight trailers, but out of the 50 wrestlers for this video game, only about 10 have been announced.
And 40 weapons.
Overall, I am cautiously optimistic for AEW Fight Forever.
I agree, Cobretti. I'm optimistic as well. We need to get more information. We're in the dark here. That's all we want. We want to feel the desire to play this game even more. We're told by Tony Khan, it's completed. If it is completed, who are the 50 wrestlers? Yeah, we know some. But where are the rest? Where is all the hype for this game that we want to feel? We're going crazy out here to play a great wrestling game. So until then, I guess you guys will have to just watch us play WWE 2K23.
So thank you for joining us today, and make sure to catch us next time when we play a game that has a wrestler in it, but isn't necessarily a wrestling game. What game can this be? Make sure to check us out next time to find out.